Hey, and hello, and otherwise, welcome to FastRockett, the official beginner's guide to intermittent fasting. My name is Rocket. I'm a photographer, owner of a podcast company in Nashville, Tennessee. But my passion is coaching people into the art of intermittent fasting to make them healthy, happy, and stronger. Personally, I have reversed my type 2 diabetes. I've healed some other ailments. I've lost over 70 pounds in the process. I've gotten fitter than I have been in probably 20 years. And I've done it all through making a lifestyle change to intermittent fasting. It has become my mission in life to try to influence as many people as possible and to educate them to a next level nutrition awareness about how miraculously this body of ours can perform if we just give it a chance to do so. Intermittent fasting is not a diet, as I referenced a moment ago. It's a lifestyle change, and you have to be willing and committed to do that. It is not for everyone. I find that most people are at the end of their I've tried every damn diet known to man and I keep putting the weight back on cycle. Everybody that can identify with that, raise your hand. I feel you. I was there as well. Intermittent fasting is the key, though. That's what I've found out over the past 4 years that unlocks all the mysteries that can happen to you once we simply shrink our feeding window and extend our fasting window. If you can be bold enough to make that lifestyle change, you will lose weight. It will stay off. You will become healthier. You will become happier, and you will become stronger. What do you say, Chewy? Chewy's such a fan. It's the Rocket and Chewy show. Hey, look, on a personal note, there was a woman on Facebook, and she had made a comment about how much she liked the man in Tombstone. The Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday and those badass hombres, right? And I asked her, I said, what do you like about it? She said, I just love their mustache. So I took that as a challenge. I did. And so, I don't know. Now, mine is not quite the Wyatt Earp, the Kurt Russell one, but it is kind of close to the Doc Holliday one. So I'm just saying, this is the first real time I've had facial hair. I mean, I've had scruffy, but never a mustache. And now I'm kind of digging the handlebar mustache. What do y'all think? Yeah, anybody got any pointers on this thing? Because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Some just wacky woman kind of dared me to do it, and so here I am. I don't know. If you enjoy this program, if you like what you hear, what you've seen in the videos, I would appreciate it if you were to subscribe. That would mean a lot. Trying to grow this channel. We are 1 month into this channel. Officially, we launched at midnight, January 1st, 2021. That's when we officially launched. But we have been in a pre-launch couple of month period. So actually 1 month, we have 107 subscribers. I think we have 1,121 views. So I'm just going to give myself some love and some encouragement because that means some folks are interested in what I have to say. And I like that. Thank you very much. We're always up for more subscribers. I'd appreciate it if you would share and like and comment. If you have questions, leave them down in the comment section below. Also, I failed to mention that we have like 73 members in the Facebook group. I shall post that link down there as well if you would like to come join the Facebook group. Tonight's episode, I mentioned earlier, I have a podcast company. One of my podcast clients is a fellow by the name of Shayhem, the antidote to mayhem. And I produce a weekly podcast for him. And interestingly, over the past few days, we were producing the show. I asked him how his Thanksgiving went, and he had a very, very interesting response. He started fasting on Thanksgiving. So how was your Thanksgiving?
It was unique. It was actually very, very peaceful, which is the most peaceful one that I've had in many, many years. And I actually ended up doing something I've never done before.
And that is, should we close our ears? Should we send the children out of the room?
I did not eat on Thanksgiving. I ended up deciding to fast on Thanksgiving Day.
What?
Yes.
As in, dare we say, FastRockett?
Yes. Yes.
Holy crackers.
I didn't plan on it. Had planned on eating my anchovy pizza, and I bought it Wednesday, and it smelled so good I couldn't resist, and I ended up eating it Wednesday.
Okay, now let me just clarify something. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls at home, this is not how to fast. When you smell something so good, you just have to eat it. I hope there's more to this story.
That was Wednesday. So then I felt guilty after I ate the last slice at 10 o'clock at night. And then that's when I decided that I would fast Thursday. And then I continued to feel guilty, and I ended up going 4 days and 96 hours of fasting.
You did what? Really?
Yes. So I started 10 o'clock was the last time I ate Wednesday night, and I did not eat again until Sunday, 10 p.m. I had nuts, some walnuts and pecans before I went to sleep.
Okay. Oh, Lord have mercy. We got to get you listening to more of my podcast. So that's awesome that you did that. That's not the best way to jump into fasting. It's going to 96 hours. And let just be a teaching moment here. And you don't want to break a long fast like that with nuts. Okay. Not the best situation.
Right. I don't read instructions. I just,
apparently.
And prior to that, the longest I've ever done is 2 days. I've gone 2 days of fasting, but I really call it was 2 days of stress, and I just didn't end up eating those 2 days. And so I've kind of done stuff on and off that kind of led to that point over a period of time. But, by the third day, Saturday, I started to feel those hunger pains or the rumbling in my stomach getting louder. And I satisfied that with more water and with jalapeno juice.
Really interesting. Yeah. So let me just ask a couple of questions about this. Did you think of me at any of these stressful moments during your fast? Did you maybe curse me or?
I did not. I got a little bit of encouragement because I kept seeing your post on social media with everybody else giving you how long they fasted for. So I didn't want to jinx myself. And I ended up jinxing myself because I was going to go for 7 days. Mm-hmm. And I actually told somebody that I just did 4 days, and my mind got the best of me halfway through Sunday because I'd already labeled my bowl Sunday, 10 p.m. Right. And it was already in my head to eat that at 10 p.m. on Sunday.
Well, tell our listeners, both yours and mine, because I'm going to use this as a FastRockett podcast, as well as the Shayhem. Tell our listeners and viewers kind of what that experience was like. What was that? Guilt is a powerful cudgel, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
So let's go through day one. So at 10 o'clock on Wednesday night, you go, oh my God, what have I done? And at what point did you decide that you were going to fast?
Right after I ate the last slice of pizza. And I don't eat like, and I say that one slice, I double them up. So I take a piece, 2 pieces of pizza and I flip them over and I eat it like it's a sandwich. That's what I did. So I ate 2 pieces at a time. So when I ate that last 2 piece, that's when, as I was throwing the carton away in the trash, that's when I decided, and I wanted to do something different.
Now, I am guessing this wasn't a cauliflower pizza. This was a
Oh no, this was from our previous podcast. This was from Sal's Pizza here in Murfreesboro, anchovy with extra cheese.
Yeah, say that again. I like the way you say it.
A Sal's Pizza with anchovy and extra cheese. You know I'm all about cheese.
Yeah, you are.
So cheese,
okay,
cheese meister.
You get up on Thanksgiving morning, and what's your first thought on Thanksgiving morning? You are now. What time do you get up? You probably got up very early, like me. You just don't sleep late, do you? So
no,
you get up.
I got up early and took my vitamins I always take, and then I drank water and coffee, and then I actually went for a 2-hour walk to help make that transition, to get my mind off of that, go out for a walk because all the places were closed Thanksgiving Day. So I went somewhere where I could get that in to relax me. And then I just came back home and watched TV and drank lots of fluid to keep me satisfied.
Now we're hoping that these fluids didn't have calories in them.
Correct. Just strictly, I drink alkaline water with electrolytes in it. And then of course, black coffee, green tea, and hibiscus tea is what I did. I did no, I don't do any sugar, and I didn't even add any oil or coffee or coconut oil to my coffee. I just drink everything straight. So yes, it was 0 calories, and that's why I double checked. So even the jalapeno juice, I checked the back of the jar at 0 calories as well.
Yeah, that's anything that's fermented, like pickles or jalapenos or that sort of thing are typically pretty good foods to fall on. And also the jalapeno and pickle juice and that sort of thing are great for cramps. If you get leg cramps or, in the middle of the night, sometimes I get cramps from that, and I get up and drink some jalapeno juice or some pickle juice. Okay, so we're like, well, everybody's having Thanksgiving dinner. You're probably 16, 18 hours into this fast. And are you starting to feel hungry, or is the guilt just too much?
The guilt's still too much. I'm good for one day, even with intermittent fasting. When I break that after 16 hours, I'm typically not even hungry then. I just end up eating because I'm trying to think ahead. Like if I eat now, then I know I won't be hungry. 4 hours from now, it's going to hit me where I'm going to end up choosing something I shouldn't choose to eat while taking advantage when I have to make the right choices at that time.
Here is an excellent thought that I teach on my channel, and that is this. When you go to eat, when you're hungry, when you're thinking of breaking your fast, you have to ask yourself one question. Do I want to store energy, or do I want to burn energy?
Burn.
And you just sit there and you just let that bounce around in your noggin for a minute. And then that old cudgel, Mr. Guilt, comes out because you know the right answer, right?
Yes.
The right answer is you don't want to store. And that's what you're going to do if you eat at that particular moment. But if you're hungry, go ahead and eat. But understand that you have the option and the choice. Do I want to store energy right now, or do I want to burn? Every time, if you ask yourself that question, take a few deep breaths and let your conscience answer that question for you, you're going to say, I want to burn. And that'll get you another hour, right?
Yeah.
Or another 2 hours or another 3 days in your case.
So now I just say, what would Rocket do? WRD.
Okay, so you make it through Thanksgiving, and you got to be pretty proud of that.
Yes.
Right? And you wake up the next morning bright and early, 3:30, 4 o'clock, like you do every morning. What are you thinking on the morning of the second day?
The morning time is very easy for me. I'm not hungry. Then I just, going through, drinking my coffee, taking my vitamins, go work out. It's typically the afternoons that when that kicks in to play for me. The only thing ended up happening is I did start to get lightheaded on day 2, about halfway through. And that only happened when I bent over to pick something up. And when I came back up, I felt very lightheaded. Even when I worked out, same thing, because I'll do deadlifts. And when I stood up, it got me off guard, just about 30 seconds. And I, got my balance back.
Just for FYI, when you are fasting on like a couple of day fast, or in your case, a 4-day fast that you did, which we don't recommend somebody who's not fasted before to do that. I'm just being honest about that. That's a little aggressive. But when you are working out, the general rule of thumb is to cut back about 50% of that workout, just for reasons like that. You're deadlifting 300 pounds or 200 or whatever, and you get down there and you come up fast. It's not the same thing when your blood sugar is lower, right? It's just not the same thing, because that blood sugar is for an aerobic activity, right? Which is about 60% of your heart rate. Whereas a deadlift, that's anaerobic. I mean, you're not breathing when you're doing that. You're breathing after you're doing that pretty good, right? But man, when you're doing that, the actual pop itself, that is a anaerobic activity, right? And which means there's less oxygen, anaerobic, without oxygen, right? So you got to be careful when you're doing the same workout. When you're fasting for extended days, you gotta cut it back 50% or so, just so you don't have any mishaps. But what you were feeling in those situations where your blood sugar was down low, you were burning fat, your body's going, okay, this is something we don't do every day, right? And it's adjusting, right?
And then I ended up going and getting acupuncture, and when the lady poked me in a certain place right here, I think it bruised very easily, or I bled in one point wherever she stuck me. I didn't notice it, but she noticed it when she took the needle out, and it left a pretty good bruise.
Interesting. So did they have to put a tourniquet on you?
No.
Okay, that's good news. Well, I'm impressive. So, I mean, I'm impressed that you did that, even though it's not by the book the way we recommend it. Give me the overall end all. Do you think you'll do that again?
Yes. I need to be, I could do a day. A day is easy for me to do. It's just going to that day 2, because my environment and the people I interacted with stayed the same. So I didn't have a lot of different scenarios or temptations or anything like that. I did have 1 or 2. That's with a previous person that just a couple of interactions, that may have got my stress level a little high, but I was able to, stay focused and get that cleared away. And that's what led to it, because I had a 4-day weekend, right? So that's why I took advantage of that. So then going back into full workload mode, you're back into that different stuff going on, different environments, and you can't get focused because you're having to focus other things, and you get back to that habit that you had before.
Well, congratulations on that. That's impressive. I've never done a 96-hour fast. Day 2 always gets me at about 45 hours. It always gets me, and I'm going, and it's not that I'm hungry.
Yeah.
It's just that I have, at that moment is when the energy starts to drop a little bit. And my mental energy, not my physical energy, but my mental energy. And so I'm having a challenge getting past 45 hours, but I intend to do that before the end of the year to get a 72 hour, because at 72 hours, that's when all the deep magic stuff happens in your body in terms of repair.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why it's, between 48 and 72 and even to 96, that's when just so much amazing stuff with the autophagy and BDNF happens, and growth hormone is just through the roof.
That's what, when I read that, that's what turned me on to get to that, to get past 72, take that next 24 hours. That's what gave me a little bit more motivation when I read that. Yeah. I'd never done it before. So
yeah. Well, congratulations. That's terrific.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I hope you'll continue on a more sensible schedule. Like maybe my favorite is 18-6. That's my favorite. But I had such a difficult time. I don't know whether you saw or not, but I gorged myself on Thanksgiving so I could make a podcast out of it, report all my blood sugar levels. And I am still, to this moment, I checked everything 10 minutes ago, I'm still not back into ketosis from the damage that was done that day.
Wow.
So and the only thing that's going to bring it back is for me to do at least a 36-hour fast, which I'm going to start tonight, just so that I can get back into those great deep levels of ketosis that I was enjoying before Thanksgiving dinner. But that was fun. All right, sir. Thank you for your testimonial. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you supporting FastRockett. As always, Shayhem, folks, look, you need to ease into intermittent fasting. You don't start out at 96 hours. You don't do that. That man ain't right, but I love him to death. He is awesome. I love his spirit, and I just love being around him. I'm happy to represent him on the interweb. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. I'd appreciate it. If you like it, subscribe. And even if you don't, and tell me that too, and give it the thumbs down. And that's at least an engagement, and that helps me out as well. Say your prayers, share your toys, don't hurt nobody. And listen, you will lose weight if you don't eat. It's that simple. Don't be a fat rocket. Be a fast rocket. See you next time.